say white girls shouldn't wear braids. I'm not saying that because I just don't want you to wear my hairstyle.
Ma'am, you don't even have in your own hair. If anything, you're culturally appropriated locks. Those are faux locks. I don't know if I feel comfortable with you wearing my hairstyle.
I'm saying that because that contributes to a bigger societal issue that a lot of people don't want to recognize.
So I'm already seeing where this is about to go. So I'm already seeing that she's about to take the cultural appropriation route. She's about to say black people aren't allowed to wear braids at work, but white people are. When in all actuality, if you're working at a job and they don't allow braids, don't come in that bitch with braids. You might get fired. And I don't know how she could possibly sit here and say nobody's talking about this issue when they created the damn Crown Act in 2019.
Do y'all know how many people have grown platforms and careers and lifestyles and six-figure salaries off the black aesthetic?
Hasn't Beyonce been touring all summer with a blonde wig on her head? I'm pretty sure she classifies as somebody who's using another person's culture to elevate herself. She claims to love baby hair and afros, but where her afro at? I haven't seen it since Goldmember.
Their lips, their butts, wearing darker makeup, tanning, wearing our hairstyles, saying our sayings, doing our mannerisms. And yet black women that naturally are like that are being discriminated against.
If black women are so notorious for having big butts, why are there so many black women dying on the table getting these illegal BBLs? And in what ways are black women who get their bodies done discriminated against? Last time I checked, Sexy Red, Summer Walker, and SZA at the top of the charts. And they all got fake everything.
Experience racism, lose our jobs, get harassed and killed by the police.
I did not expect for the police brutality thing to come up in this conversation, but I'm not surprised. There are more white people killed by police than black people. It's not as big of an epidemic as you think. You've been duped. And all that is still not a justification for y'all being racist towards white girls who wear braids.
So the more white people saturate our spaces, the less likely we are to receive the credit and the fair treatment for the things that we create.
Well, it sounds like we need to go back to segregation to me. That's what it sounds like. Bring back the white and colored signs.
Think about it. If you have a white person and a black person in the room, there's a chance that that white person could receive credit. But if there's no white person in the room, you have no choice but to give that black person the credit.
I mean, she's making a really good argument for us to go back to segregation, y'all. Like, that's all I can say. Let's go ahead and reverse the 1964 Civil Rights Act. Because clearly she wants black people and white people to be separate based on their race.
So it's not just the hairstyle.
Y'all, I forgot we was talking about braids. This girl went on a whole tangent. And it is just a hairstyle. And it's a hairstyle that black women look down on. Y'all prefer bust downs. Y'all prefer wigs. Y'all don't even like braids. Braids are low class. So what's the real issue? Jealousy.
It's also a respect thing. This is something that white people still have not learned throughout history. You cannot be in everyone's space.
I can't believe Martin Luther King and them fought for civil rights for us all to be equal, for y'all to turn around and act like this. Bring back segregation.
You have to learn to be okay with people telling you, no, you can't have this. This is...
I wish black women had this much ethnic pride for their own natural hair. The hair that they slander on a regular basis and call ugly and nappy. That's yours though, right?
You did not go through what we went through to create these things.
I'm so glad I've been freed from the shackles of indefinitely calling myself a victim of slavery despite having never, ever, 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 ever been a slave. If you were not a slave, stop claiming to be one. It's pathetic. You ain't go through shit.
So we do not want you to participate. So yeah, I don't care if a white girl wears braids.
Now she lies and says she doesn't care if a white girl wears braids. Evidently you do care. It's going to put you in a tizzy if you see a white girl wearing braids. Because you're going to be jealous. Jealousy is a disease, y'all. Die slow.
I care that when she does that, that contributes to an issue in society that continues to affect my life.
Okay, so moral of the story. If you are a white girl, please get braids. Get these bitches riled up. Make them feel something. Because honestly, they need to get brought down a couple notches. These girls really believe that they have the authority to tell somebody what they can and cannot do based on their race. It's insanity. I'm not for the new Jim Crow era at all. Anybody telling somebody they can't do something based on their race is a racist. Period.